Oh, there we have one. Look at that rod bend. Now you might think that this is a big perch, but I think you will be surprised. Oh, it came off. Darn it. Why would I invest in gear to specifically target small fish, you might wonder? And I mean, it's a reasonable question. Well, I think there are several reasons. The first reason is that catching smaller fish is easier at most time than catching big fish, because there are more small fish in basically any body of water than big fish, and smaller fish tend to have less experience and are therefore more willing to bite and easier to catch. That's why it's a perfect way to introduce someone that you want to like fishing, for example, kids or a partner. Okay, so reason one, it makes it fun to catch small fish. Catching small fish is a good entryway to the sport. Me, I've fished for about 15 years now. Oh, there we have another one. Maybe a little bit big. Oh, it is a little bit bigger than the last one. Let's see if I can land this one. Oh, it's a roach. It's actually my first. It might actually even be a small-eyed. Check that out. I'm gonna put it back. Wow, that's so cool. Now, I fished for 15 years. I have this set up and I use it myself. Not to get myself booked on the sport, but because I see other benefits to it and because I enjoy it. I just enjoy most types of fishing in general. For example, now during summertime, the water here that's available to me, that's very close, it doesn't hold large fish basically. And I don't have the time available to really, maybe it does, but I don't have the time available really to scope it out. I just want to go out when I have half an hour or an hour and catch a fish and enjoy it. And the easiest, oh, that felt bigger. The easiest way to do that for me is by using this kind of equipment. Someone who's new to, oh, there we go, got one. Oof, fighter. It's a little perch this time. Beautiful fish. Gonna be careful here. I'm not gonna lift with my rod tip because it is so sensitive, so it might break. So I'm just gonna grab the leader and lift it straight up here. And there we go. Beautiful little perch. Barbless hook there, so I can just pull it right out. Lovely fish. And the third reason that makes it interesting, I think, is because it opens totally new ways of making your own lures. You can make your own spinners and spoons and just different type of funky bait. Very cheap. You don't need like epoxy or any kind of power tools. Just basically stuff you have home or fly tying gear. And there we have another little perch. Again, on this little fly. Oh, it released itself. So let's talk lure for a little bit. I really like using flies that I tie myself. This is the one that I used. Just a simple marabou fly, but squirmy worm style patterns and mops also works really well. I also use soft plastics, and to make it cheaper, I really like to use fly tying hooks, the same ones that I use for some of the flies. Typically around size 8 or 6 is good. And I use these tungsten beads that are also for fly tying. 4 or 4.6 millimeters gives you a nice amount of weight. So you just put that one on first, and it can be sliding. And then you can put on different types of soft plastics. This one is the end part of this type of worm, which is a Westin blood tease. You can buy really, really small jigs like this one. Just put it on, and you have a nice little microfishing soft plastic, or very small creature baits like this one. And this one might even be a little bit too big in my taste. Then you can just pinch off like half of the body and then put it on. The gear that I'm using, which I'm very happy with, is this. It's a Fine Illusion Slash rod. Its casting weight is 0.2 to 0.8 grams. It's fairly short. It's 185 centimeters long. It's a very neat rod, very lightweight, small handle, just a simple reel seat, Fuji rings. I really like it. This fly that I've been using weighs 0.5 gram and I cast that really well. So around 0.5 grams it's the sweet spot for this rod, and I think that is also a sweet spot for being able to catch the fish and get a nice sinking rate, which is important. For the reel I have same brand, Fine Tournament in size 800, which is a lightweight, just simple spinning reel. I have 0.08 millimeter Shimano Kairiki braid and a fluorocarbon leader 0.2 millimeter, but you might as well use mono. I don't think it really matters. This is what I've used and that I can recommend. Alright, so I put this little jig that I showed you how to make, put it on, and let's talk a little bit about how to fish. I do some small twitches that will attract the fish, and then I pause it and let it sink again. So just like that. And that's basically it. Oh, I missed one just right in front of my feet. You see that I do a little pull like this after my lure has landed. That is to tighten up the line, and I can watch the line and look for small movements in the line to try and detect a bite that I don't even feel. So let it sink. Jiggle it a little, jiggle, sink, twitches, sink. Oh, there we go. Woo! Oh, it's another eyed. I think they might be called shiners. I'm not so sure. Wait, these guys are so slimy, so I'm not gonna pick it up actually. I'm just gonna unhook it right here in the water. I can just take my fly or my lure like this, as it's barbless. I can just turn it around and the fish will be off. Just move a few meters. I think it's often better to not stand and cast for too long in the same spot. If you still like for 10 minutes in the same spot, casted in different directions and not a bite, then just move just a little bit. I think it's more important that you find the active fish than... Ooh, I saw it, come and take it. It's more important that you find the active fish, like right now. First cast, when I move spot, I get a fish. Oh, and it came off. Okay, so we caught our last fish, and I think I've said pretty much everything that I can think of as of now. I know that it got a little rambly, so I'll try to sum it up neatly in the description down below. I'll link the gear that I'm using today. But yeah, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them in the comments. And thank you for watching. If you found this interesting or helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as that makes me very happy. And yeah, that's it. Tight lines, everyone.